For the past half month, I've been paying attention to the meals I've been making and eating. Some of them I'm keeping, some I'm adjusting, and there's some I'm eliminating. I'm building out a menu planner so I can reference meal ideas going forward. And I thought I'd share this review. Starting off with breakfast. For the weekdays, I've been having a protein drink and oatmeal. Sometimes I have the full protein drink, sometimes I'll split it for 2 days, just depending on how much I want for that particular morning. I've also gotten the prepackaged apple oatmeal. It's super convenient because it's already portioned out. Just have to boil water and let it sit for a couple of minutes and it's so filling. So this has been my go-to breakfast and I'm going to keep this for now. I'm going to continue having this during the weekdays. Next, egg, bean, cheese, and bacon tacos. I made a video a couple of months ago showing how I made it, how I make these tacos, and they are absolutely delicious. These are tacos that I make for sure almost every single weekend. The only adjustment I've made to these is I don't include potato anymore because they're filling as is. They keep me full for hours. I'll have them in the morning and then won't be hungry until 2 or 3 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, but they're my favorite breakfast to have. Now moving on to lunch and dinner. Turkey, bacon, and cheese sandwich. I recently got the Sara Lee Delightful bread. I had been using the Sola bread, but honestly, I got tired of it because of the aftertaste that it had, and I just didn't like it that much. But this bread has fiber and it's also it doesn't have that aftertaste. So having a sandwich a few times a week, super convenient because of summer and it's filling as well. I always have chips with my sandwich. Sometimes I'll include a pickle. One thing that I think I'll start adding instead of a pickle, sliced cucumber just to freshen up the meal. Mexican tuna salad. This is my absolute favorite way to make tuna with tostadas and adding that avocado definitely makes the whole meal taste even better. It's actually very filling because of the protein and it's a very refreshing meal. So I'm going to continue making Mexican tuna salad. But when I make it plain and don't have like the pico stuff, it's not as good. This is the way that I'll continue having tuna salad. Ground beef crunchy tacos. I love getting the HEB shells. I used to get the kit, the Taco Bell kit, but the tortilla shells were too narrow and they would always break, always, all the time. So I stopped making tacos. But recently, I started getting the HEB taco shells because they're wide and they have plenty of space and they don't crack. Absolutely love them. I'll have a side of beans. And one thing that I've made, that I've included with this meal is actually having a pico de gallo just to freshen it up, in addition to having the lettuce and tomato in the tacos, but having a pico de gallo with this meal. Pork chops and fried rice. I love getting the thin pork chops, the ones that don't have any kind of bone. These are done super quick and they're very tasty. So, love having thin pork chops. I only buy basmati rice. It's my favorite out of all the rices. Basmati is the one that my go-to for Mexican rice, white rice, fried rice, and there's a variety of ways that I make it. This is a meal I'll continue making. Wings, beans, and rice. I actually didn't have a lot of stuff left over. This was on a Friday. Got a can of ranch beans and then made some Mexican rice, air fried the wings, and this was a very filling meal. This is a keeper. Shredded chicken tacos depends on how I make them, but for the most part, I like them. These were a little bit on the drier side. I overcooked a bit and I boil the chicken. I have a chicken shredder, which has helped tremendously instead of doing that by hand and burning my fingers. And then adding onion and bell peppers and jalapeno or just other kind of peppers to it. It's really good. I love having shredded chicken because it tastes different than cutting the chicken and then cooking. It's good though. So this is the keeper. Ground beef burger and potato wedges. Okay, I gave it a try with the potato wedges. I didn't follow the full process. I air fried them and added cornstarch. They didn't quite come out right, so I need to figure this one out because I've always gotten the pre-made fries. I may go back. It just depends. Whatever. But I've been making burgers with mayo, not mayo, mustard and ketchup. That's my favorite way of making them instead of going to like McDonald's and getting a burger. I'm making my own burgers at least once a week or every other week. And this is a keeper, but I need to figure out what I'm going to do about the potato if I'm going to make an attempt to learn how to make the potato wedges or if I'm just going to get fries. And I think it's going to be a combination of both. I'm actually going to make this today as of this filming of this video, but I'm going to try to make them baked. So we'll see how that goes. Chicken drumsticks, rice, and mixed vegetables. Um, it was all right, but honestly, for some reason, I feel like chicken drumsticks have not been as good as before. And they have a little flavor, even if you season them well. The aftertaste sometimes can be kind of gross, even though I o- overcook them. I and that's because I don't like to have them soggy from the outside. I just think that I just won't be bringing drumsticks for now. Um, I don't know. They've changed. I feel like the quality has changed. And like I said, the inside, even though it's well cooked, it has a lot of juice in them, and that kind of grosses me out. So that's a meal recap that I've had. For the most part, I'm keeping most of these meals, except with the drumsticks. Got to figure out the dry chicken stuff and the potato situation. But other than that, just incorporating pico to this, incorporating cucumber to the sandwich. So overall, these are, for the most part, meals I'll be keeping.